video is about painting. And the first choice when making a painting is usually the subject. Now, it actually doesn't always have to be this, because you can begin with something like an abstract shape, and then that may suggest something to you, and then your painting could be based around that, and you can move into your subconscious as far as the subject matter goes. So subject. 2, and this is the most critical, important decision when creating a painting, especially the realistic paintings, representational, is whether the painting is about light, value, or color. And we'll call that LVC. Now I can show examples of paintings that utilize this. For example, first, here's a painting which is based on light, and you can see that there are elements of value, elements of color, but they are downplayed, and the effect of light is the most prominent. Here is an example of a painting based on value, where again the other two elements, light and color, are present, but they are secondary. So it's the values themselves that create the effect of the painting, usually an effect of distance, contrast, and so forth. Last, color. And color, again in this example, a well-known example, value and contrast are secondary. So depending on how your mind processes ideas like this, you could look at it this way, that a given painting, the light effect could be primary, value, and color secondary. Now, having said this, you could have a painting where it's perhaps a little more uneven like this. These aren't necessarily balanced, and if I could put these in a different order, where basically they would become geometrically decreasing. And that's good to know as well. So when you're working on the painting, you see, if you begin a painting and say, for example, you want this, you've hit upon the subject and you want to paint a moose, just for the heck of, it's the first thing popped in my head. And what do you want that to be about? Light, value, or color? Well, the light, if you want to have a moose in a situation where the light is on the moose or the light is around the moose and that's the primary effect, then that's a direction you can go in. Value, the moose, its value in terms of a scale of dark to light, how dark it is against the background, that's another value, and perhaps a more distant scene, aspect of the scene being a different value, sky being a different value, and so on. Color, again, you might slightly exaggerate the color of the moose and have other colors around the moose, plant life, flowers, or the sky, or something like that, where those also are pushing the color more. So light, value, and color are primary, and it's the first choice that you can make, that you should make. Because if you don't, what can happen is that you, and this happens an awful lot these days, especially in gaming and fantasy art, is that light, value, and color are all turned up to 11. So it's confusing to the eye because you're getting one effect, but then the other one is mixed in with it, and it decreases the effectiveness of each individual choice. Because they're all increased. But what will happen, usually the viewers who don't understand really what light, value, and color is about, or other aspects of painting, is that they will not understand what's happening here, but they will simply see it as representing a style. So this is a style of art because they've seen it before in other places and it's recognizable. So anyway, those are the first two.